Welcome everyone, you're watching Girl Talk. I'm your host Anna Karina, and here at Girl Talk, we've officially declared this summer our Summer of Fitness. So we'll be stepping up our nutrition and workout game all summer long, and lucky for you guys, you get to follow it through our social media and even here on the show. Like later, we'll be watching me break a sweat to Ali Baldassari's Move, Sweat, Love cardio Pilates class, and trust me, it wasn't easy and you're not gonna wanna miss it. But first, for this topic, I'd like to introduce our panel today. We have Sam Duffy. He's smart, he's tall, he talks money, and he's our finance specialist. That's all our finances here at Girl Talk.
Happy to be back. Happy to be back.
Thanks for coming, Sam.
Of course.
You were the belle of the ball last time, so we had to have you back.
I don't know about that, but I appreciate it.
Next, we have Krista Tierney, aspiring writer and entertainment news fanatic.
I'm very excited to be here.
Yes. She's always on the latest topics in the Hollywood
If
realm.
E-News is hiring, if anybody heard that.
She's promoting
E-News.
herself again. Once again, people, someone's got to hire her by the end of this season.
Please. No, just kidding.
I'll vouch for her.
And lastly, we have Jenna Fould, not only Krista's roommate, but psychology major in the developmental disabilities field.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Of course, you guys look so beautiful today, my beautiful little darling.
We do what we can.
High school friends.
Yeah.
High school, it's high school love, it never dies.
Best friends.
It never dies. So our first topic, pretty controversial, seeing as we're all from the Boston area, so it's pretty big for us. The city of Cambridge is once again fighting back against upstart car services such as Uber. After losing a 2012 court battle to keep Uber technologies from operating, regulators have proposed an entirely new set of policies that, if passed, would severely restrict these smartphone app car services. Why are you hating, Cambridge? What's going on here? You're the city of innovation, and you're trying to keep Uber down? This is one of the greatest things I think that has ever happened to us as individuals.
Ever. It's ridiculous. It's like, these taxi cab companies that have been in Boston and Cambridge for a long time, like, they clearly, the problem is they don't want to adapt. They don't want to have an app that's just as easy as Uber. So rather than, getting with the times, they're just saying, like, let's bring Uber back down to our level.
No,
and let's just stop innovation, which, like, Uber's like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Uber's, have you guys used Uber?
I have not.
Yeah,
so
I used it.
I'm wondering, so is it like in lieu of calling a cab or like, but my argument is, wouldn't it just be just as easy to like hail a cab? Is it like safer?
Okay, my experience with cabs, I've never had a cab show up on time.
Nope.
I can never understand the cab driver. He never knows how to get to me, and I'm always like an hour late. But Uber, it's like your smartphone app. You put in your destination, you request what type of car you want. You can get the super cheap Uber X. You can go all the way to like the Uber luxury, SUV.
Get like a black SUV.
Yeah, you can be like
Yeah.
big pimpin' basically. And Uber, you feel like
Do
a
they have
celebrity.
limos?
They have Uber limos. They do have you. It's awesome. And the cool thing Uber does too is like if you and all your friends have an account, you can split your account. Mm-hmm. It just does it automatically for you on your smart app. So no one has to have cash anymore. Where you're like, oh, you owe me $7. You're never gonna pay me back ever again. Like you don't have to go through
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, what you're saying about cabs, not only are they not on time, at least in my experience, like, they're not polite. They take you the longest way possible. Because
Yes.
they, especially like college kids, because they think you don't know the city well.
Right.
And like, I've driven all over Boston, like, for a while now. And whenever I can see when they don't take, like, you have to tell them.
Yeah.
But I get an Uber and they're like, which way do you want me to go? What radio station do you want me to listen
the
to?
Best.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
it's
went on my
awesome.
first Uber ride, and he was like, "You want me to take this street?" I was like, "Wow, I've never been asked that before."
It's like freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I felt pretty cool being in the car. It was a really nice car.
Yeah. And I mean, so I guess you can drink in it technically, but the other week I went in an Uber with a few friends, and my friend stopped at the liquor store, bought a bottle of, like a handle of Rubinoff alcohol, just started drinking in the front seat, and the Uber man was like, I think that's illegal. I don't, just because it's an Uber, I don't know if you can do that. But Krista, I want to know what you think of Uber specifically when you read of the article on Uber.
Right, yeah, so I'm like not really, I didn't go to school in the city. I don't live in the city now. I live in the outskirts. I'm not like completely oblivious, but when you sent me this, I genuinely thought that you meant they were banning the word Uber. So we were no longer allowed to say Uber. And I was like really confused as to how they were gonna regulate that.
Yeah.
Krista's been
But
doing,
this makes more sense.
Yeah.
Krista's been doing big things like this since high school.
Yeah,
Big things.
we were driving
Summer-
here, and she was like, "We can't use the word Uber anymore," and I was like, "No."
You just got fined for using the word Uber.
I had
Krista.
never heard of it, but it sounds awesome.
Oh, It's so great. I mean, it's a $17 billion company right now. Started in San Fran. It's in over 70 plus cities, like internationally. But this isn't just Cambridge who hates it. I mean, there are riots in London, in Paris. Taxi, they are really hating this because so many people are using this.
So what's crazy is like they hate it and they're rioting. Well, how about the taxi cab companies develop a similar type of app? How about the taxi drivers? Why don't they be more polite and not try and like screw people over and take them these long routes so they get more money? And the other thing that's awesome is you put your credit card in.
Yeah.
So it's like you get out and then it asks you how much you want to tip. They don't see any of that. But
It's like the age. It's coming with the age. It's
And a
like
lot of
the
taxi
Starbucks
drivers
app.
are older. I mean, usually the taxi drivers that I've seen are a lot older. So
There was, in the article, there was a great taxi driver. He said, I will accept any competition. So that's a good mindset.
Right.
It's competition. And if I have to do one more taxi ride with a man who yells at me for putting down the windows, I don't know what's going to happen.
Or yells at me for using a credit card instead of paying with cash, because
Yeah.
then they don't actually get that tip or something like
or
that.
rushing you
Right.
out of the car. Sometimes they rush you out of the car, and you're like, okay, fine. You don't want a big tip, then that's your loss.
You know what Uber is? Uber is Uber great. That's what it is. Just
Nailed it.
Uber
nailed
great.
it, right? Nailed
It's a
it.
great
Uber
word.
great.
When I heard the word, I was pretty
I love the
excited.
cab company, the way they're trying to melt it down, but it's never going to go away. I think this is the future. This is what's going to happen. Uber great. I'm going to patent that. Uber great.
Uber great.
I'm going to send that to Uber.
That's gonna be your ticket. Uber great.
So guys, next story, little change of topic. Still pretty uber great. The most sophisticated sex toy has recently hit the market. It's Swedish company Lalo's new oral sex stimulator called the Aura, and it's by far the prettiest looking thing that could ever be near a vagina, honestly. It is so fantastic. It looks like bling. It looks like it looks like a bracelet. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. You want to know how much it is? It's $169.
Oh my God.
Okay. And
Clever.
10 rotations.
Ridiculous.
10 rotations. Is that humanly possible? I've never been with a man who had 10 different rotations
Oh
in
my
the
God.
bedroom.
Even like other vibrators in general can't even like be like a man. So this is just next level.
This is completely crazy. But it's the Swedes, I don't even know how to pronounce. How do you even pronounce their company name? Lilo? I don't know. Lilo.
Lay low.
The Swedes
They
make
want
a
you
good-
to lay low. That's what they want you to do. They don't want you to go out anymore to the bars to catch a man. They want you to lay low.
Lay low with your lay low.
Lay
Oh
low
my
with your
gosh.
Lilo and stay in your bedroom and get it on. Are women even going to leave the house? I'm sorry, Sam.
Hey, listen, this is your guys' conversation.
This
'cause
is your competition, though.
I
This
mean,
reminds me a lot of Sex in the City
Yeah.
because they had an episode where Charlotte fell in love with a vibrator and she
Oh,
didn't
that's
want a boyfriend
right.
anymore.
She
So
didn't want to go out anymore.
Competition.
That was my first thought. I'm like, what? Why are they doing this? So nobody ever dates ever again?
Yeah.
Like,
or I guess you could bring it in the bedroom.
Yeah,
and,
that's true. I don't
switch it
know
up a
how-
little bit.
I don't know how men feel about that. I feel like men like toys too, right?
Yeah.
right.
Less work for them.
Sam?
I mean,
We got a man here on panel that can
I
answer
don't know.
that for us.
I think I don't know. Like you're talking about this, but like, is someone actually going to go out and pay $169 for this? Like, I mean, I don't know. It seems like a ton of money.
Yeah,
People
Like,
do crazy things.
well, people do, but $169. That's a
That's
lot of.
way
That's a
too
lot of money.
You're basically just
ton of money.
paying to put this great looking object just to get down and dirty with. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna show it to your friends? Like, hey, did you see my new vibe? It's so pretty.
Yeah, why does
isn't
it need to be pretty?
Yeah, exactly. Why does it look have to be? It's for
So
your
they
own
can
pleasure.
charge you $170.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible. But
10 different powers.
exactly. No, I like what you were saying. We're like, she never left the bedroom. I just hope this isn't like a wave of women being, because there are articles, people are saying that like, it's great. It actually gets the job done. It gets you there.
But doesn't everything else? Like, doesn't all the other things? Like, I don't
That's
understand.
my question.
simple one.
Is it going to be that much? Like, I don't know. Like, is it going to be that much better? Like, is it $170? Like, is it going to be a big difference between like some like I don't know. I don't know how much vibrators cost. Is it going to be a different price?
He doesn't know at all.
Is it going
Cheap
to be a
one
different?
was like $12.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it gonna
Just saying. We read online. That's
Yeah.
is it 150,
We checked it out before.
$158 is it going to make that much of a difference?
I don't think so.
Right. So that's
I
why.
don't
So
think
you
so.
you paying for the because it does great work?
Exactly.
Or are you paying because it's really like pretty?
Beautiful. And you can say you have one, you're like sophisticated with your sophisticated sex toy in the
And
bedroom.
it doesn't buy you dinner. So
does-
why not just get a free guy?
Will
And not pay.
Will the aura cuddle you at nighttime? Can you watch a movie with the aura? I don't think so,
can't.
right? Can you yell at it?
You sure can't show your parents, that's for sure. So
Hey, mom.
Here's my aura.
Exactly. No, so just watch out for it. Watch out for your friends have it. Be careful. You don't know what your girlfriend's doing. Be careful. Watch out for that. Watch out for that, Sam.
where her paycheck went, Sam,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
What happened to our $200 lying around? You know. You know. All right,
Aura.
next story, guys. Based on our summer of fitness, Dr. Oz is finally receiving heat from Capitol Hill for his numerous false weight loss miracle claims. And I'm so happy this is finally a topic we can talk about because I have had such a severe disliking to Dr. Oz for so many years. So many years. Every episode, every video is, I like Jenna's impression of it, is this is this is the best ever weight loss thing ever that's ever come
He's
out.
an
ever.
infomercial. He's just
Infomercial.
computerized. He's just reading off a prompter.
Right. And his defense is saying that, well, I might advertise it, but I don't make any money from it. And then they just use my name and my face on the product. So it's not really me, you know? So that's what his defense is, that he's not actually, he doesn't have any ties to these products. He just does a little bit of advertising for them. I'm like, what? I watched all your videos. You like put your heart and soul into this
Yeah.
thing.
I used to believe him when I was
convincing.
little. I was like, wow, Dr. Oz.
Dr.
Yeah.
Oz from the Emerald
get
City.
me.
Oh my God.
I have like no idea. I had like no idea who this guy was until you sent me that video. But from everything I've read, he seems just like a total scam artist who's completely in it to get a paycheck.
Exactly.
Like,
No
which is-
money? What?
And if like he has this much influence, like I really don't watch him. Like, but if he has, I didn't realize.
Oh.
Like, you guys all know who he is, so he must have like a decent amount of
Yeah.
influence on
Tons.
people. So like, don't like you can't do that. Like, you can't.
It's unethical.
Right, you can't be this like big like figure and people listen to you and you just promote anything and then these people go out and spend a ton of money and it doesn't work and then
Right.
they just go back to you for the new thing and then spend more money.
That's exactly his thing. He says, this is it, go buy green coffee extract. And people will run to the stores and literally they will fly off the shelves and stores will have to replenish. And then when it doesn't work, because he claims you don't have to have diet or exercise on it, you just take it and it's like a miracle thing that works for everybody, then he just brings out the new thing. So it's like raspberry ketones are the new thing and Garcinia cambogia is the new thing. Literally every episode he starts, this is the new thing. Like this
Number
is the one
one.
that'll get you there.
Yeah.
With
Right.
no diet and exercise.
I mean, it's really kind of like two issues here, though. It's not just him, it's like everything in general. Like, so many people, Oprah, because when I was in high school, I went out and bought Oprah's pills, or she like advertised it.
yeah.
It was these green tea, I think. Everybody's all on the green tea. You took those pills, and I ordered them, and I was like, it's gonna be like magical. And the bottom line is, nothing is magical unless
true.
diet and exercise. It's the cold hard truth. And like, that's the issue, is like, it's not
Yeah.
just him. Everybody's gonna say it.
Yeah, everyone's looking for that quick fix. I mean, guilty. I did Hydroxycut, I think, at one point because I was
Oh my
like,
God, I've done everything.
You know
the
what
gummies,
I mean?
they have gummies now.
Oh, they've gummies.
I heard about those things.
Because
Don't
it's
worry.
so hard to take the pill just regularly. Now you have to, and so they have those big like buckets of like protein powder and stuff, and it's a little different, but it's that same kind of thing of like people think they don't have to work out; they can just drink the protein powder. And
Right.
it's like
Well,
people.
there's also like an opposite thing though, like that guy Sean T, who does all of those like insanity and
yeah.
like
Right.
the
Hip-hop abs.
like
Yeah.
the Brazilian like booty
Didn't get 'em.
like shake. I don't even know, and it's like. But that's the same thing. Like that makes it seem like all you have to do is work out, and like you're gonna be. They show like these people who clearly. This isn't gonna be you, but like they show this like this guy like he's
So
like
inspiring.
drooped down like this,
Yeah.
and then like all of a sudden he's like tan, and
Yeah.
he's buff, and you're like, oh, I want to be that guy. So you order
He's
it,
a
and
different
then,
guy,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite thing. It's when they're like, look at their before and after. The after they have like a haircut, they have highlights.
Or you can see the Photoshop
Oh,
lines.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jagged. Like, what happened to their stomach there? Like,
And the before, they're never wearing makeup. They just look so terrible.
So
Yeah.
miserable.
So
They have them
miserable.
depressed, like eating cereal out of a bowl on their
I know.
And
freaking
then
kitchen table.
Dr. Oz literally shows you a picture of the abs just like like getting sucked in. Like,
Yeah.
is that really gonna happen
That's
to me,
what
Dr.
happens
Oz?
overnight. It just. And also, I like when he does, the fat busting. So he'll take a little glob of fat, like on his little, video camera thing, and just slice it in half with a little knife. He's like, "This is what's happening to your fat once you're
Right
pregnant."
now.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, he's done it before. It's like your fat will be cut in half. It takes a little slicer.
Yeah,
not gonna
he
happen.
shows like what it would look like.
Yeah.
Like, this is 18 gallons of fat that you have, so
Oh
we're
my
gonna
God.
get rid of it.
And people in the audience loves it. They love it. And then you look at the audience and they're all like writing it down, like, you know, how much it costs and everything.
But then they come back next week
Yeah.
because it didn't work.
Come back next week when that doesn't work for you. So you have to come right back. But guys, you're awesome. Speaking of diet and exercise, and there's no getting around it, make sure to stay tuned for when we come back so you can watch my segment on the cardio Pilates class by Ali Baldessari. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for coming to talk to us again.
Thanks
for having us.
It's really fun.
It's fun being back.
It's fun to be back. You're always welcome back
Girl
at Girl
Talk.
Talk. Hashtag Girl Talk.
Hashtag Girl Talk.
So make sure to stay tuned after this quick break. Welcome back, everyone. You're watching Girl Talk. And here at Girl Talk, it's officially our summer of fitness. So I decided what better way to start my journey than to check out Boston Equinox fitness manager Ali Baldessari's cardio Pilates class, Move, Sweat, Love, right here in Boston all summer long. So let's take a look at my clip. It's a beautiful day in Boston, everyone. I'm here with Ali Baldessari at her Move, Sweat, Love cardio class. And as you can see, all the girls are having a blast getting their workout on. So let's see how I fare in this workout. Wish me luck.
10, 9, 8, 7, last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, roll down. Again, exhale.
Ali, how did you come up with this idea for Move, Sweat, Love outdoor summer class?
So I love doing community classes in general, and I started doing them as part of Lululemon. I'm an ambassador for them, and that kind of got me into the whole community free class arena.
Okay.
And then I had a few friends of mine who have done outdoor classes here on the Greenway and other parts of Boston. And I thought, hey, why not? I might as well give it a shot. And last summer was the first summer that I did it. And it actually started indoors, and then I was losing my space indoors. So I was like, well, it's the summer, like why not bring it
God.
outside? And so that's what we did.
How did you get into fitness in the first place?
I grew up as a dancer. I played sports, and college. I was a gym rat.
Wow,
So
good
I
for
started
you.
teaching. I started teaching classes in college, and it kind of just spiraled from there. And as of last November, I quit my full-time job, and now I do this full-time.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your full-time job before this?
I worked at a pharmaceutical company,
Interesting.
so I did both. It was kind of like
Yeah.
having two full-time jobs.
So medicine, fitness, this
Right.
fits in together.
Yeah.
What would you say are your biggest 3 fitness tips to tell the girls?
My number one tip is you have to find something that you find fun, because if you don't find, I mean, not everyone wants to go to the gym all the time. I don't want to work out all the time.
Oh, me neither, but
right, it's
you
just
gotta
it's
do
a
it.
fact of life. Yeah, but be open-minded. Try new things for sure, because you never know what you actually like until you give it a shot. The other thing is cut yourself a break. A lot of people are so hard on themselves,
Right.
and they beat themselves up if they miss, their gym session or if they miss their class. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. Number 3, and I'm not a nutritionist by any means, but nutrition and fitness go hand in hand.
Right, definitely.
A lot of times, I think nutrition isn't even more important. So just be kind of cognizant about what you eat, and along with being physically active and having fun and sweating and doing all of that, just watch what you put in your body.
And what is your favorite body part on yourself? Because people get so into, what they don't like about themselves, what doesn't work, and it's nice to
Yeah,
celebrate a part you love.
We all have insecurities,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know. This sounds weird, but I get a lot of compliments on my butt. So.
Okay, not weird at all. That's very desired. Trust
yeah.
me, girls want that. So, Ali, where can we go to find out more information on your summer classes?
So I post. I'm a big user of social media. So I usually post it on my Facebook page or Twitter. Facebook, you can find me at Move, Sweat, Love with Ali. Usually, if you type that in, my page comes right up. Twitter at Move, Sweat, Love, or on Instagram. So all 3 of those mediums. You could also find my schedule on my website too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ali. I'll be working out. I'll be doing your classes because I
Awesome.
got to get in shape. That's my goal for the summer, to get in shape, to feel good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking
You're
with us
very
today.
welcome.
What's your fitness summer goal?
My fitness summer goal is to honestly just be healthy, and that's really it.
Being active outdoors for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say those abs.
Just to get stronger and just to continue to go for. I'm training. I've never done a 10K, so that's really what my big goal for the summer is to run my first 10K.
My abs. Get those in better shape. Tighter butt.
Probably just to work out more, because I don't work out at all right now. So probably just to come to classes like this and run and get more fit.
Steve, the DJ, congratulations. You just DJ'd this class, and I saw the girls. They were dancing. They were working out to it. So very nice job.
Yeah, Allie puts on a great class. We've been working together for the last year or so.
Wow.
And yeah, every time we come and do one, it's just bigger than the last time.
What's your fitness goal for the summer? Do you have one, or?
I do. I'm the best man in a wedding coming up in September.
Ooh.
And yeah, and I got to lose a little bit of this.
You gotta look good for that.
Yes, exactly.
What's your favorite part of your body?
Oh gosh. Can I get back to you on that one? Probably my legs.
Okay.
I've always had like large quads, I guess, as growing up, and just when I started really exercising and working out when I was in my early 20s, they just started developing bigger than everything else. So a lot of people skip legs. Don't skip legs. It's very important not to. Follow me on Twitter at DJJTStevens. So if any of y'all like some old school funk and soul music, follow me on Twitter and you can find out when I'm DJing at River Gods again.
We love it. We love it. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So we had a wonderful time here today in Boston, and Lord knows I'm getting stronger after this workout class. So make sure to follow Allie Baldessari and her Move Sweat Love classes, and make sure to hashtag Summer of Fitness and let us know how you're doing with your fitness. Back to the studio. That's all the time we have for this week's Girl Talk. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and send your selfies to have them aired on next week's episode of Girl Talk. And also make sure to hashtag Summer of Fitness to share your summer progress. Hope to see you soon.